Welcome. No. Welcome. No. I watched a video and they were talking about Eden Hazard versus Mo Salah. And they are asking which of these players are better. Not who is a greater player, but who is better. And it got me thinking. It got me thinking to the point where I'm looking and I'm like, Eden Hazard and Mo Salah. So I'm thinking, if I had to choose, if Eden Hazard or Mo Salah is walking up to me now, and I have a team, and I need one player to play, and it's either Eden Hazard or Mo Salah, who am I choosing? And not because I'm a Manchester United fan, because I really dislike Chelsea when I dislike Liverpool. So my answer to this question of who is better is not biased. It's just my opinion. And of course, it's the In My View podcast. So it's my view. So I'm thinking, and I'm going to go like, Mo Salah guarantees goals. But when I watch Mo Salah play, I realize that Mo Salah is probably very dependent on a system. When I think about Eden Hazard, I say, I have watched Hazard play under probably 3 or 4 coaches. In the national team for 2 coaches, and I've seen him play for Chelsea in for a few different coaches, different system, 3 at the back, 4 at the back, different system for Mo Salah, for Eden Hazard. So I'm like, it's a tough one to choose. Who am I going with? And I have to go with Eden Hazard. And this is the reason why I'm going with Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard, to me, my opinion, in my view, was the second at his pinnacle. When he was at his best, he was the second best player to play in the Premier League outside of Cristiano Ronaldo. That's how highly I rate Eden Hazard. And this is the reason why. If you look at, because what the stats person going to come and they're going to tell you, Eden Hazard has not scored this amount of goal, Mo Salah has done that, Eden Hazard has done that. Eden Hazard was probably one of the most marked player in the Premier League. And some way, somehow, we always find, either by his movement, his ability to dribble, he always finds a way to facilitate for his team. And I'm gonna slow that down. And I'm going to say it again. At the time when Eden Hazard was at his pinnacle, because when I'm comparing 2 players, I'm not comparing greatness, because greatness means over a long time, over a longer period. What I'm talking about is when they are at their prime. So prime Eden Hazard versus prime Mo Salah. And I have to go with Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard was probably one of the most marked players in the Premier League. And he used to terrorize defenses up and down England. Of course, Mo Salah does the same thing. But Mo Salah, I don't think he's as marked as Eden Hazard. I have watched the Premier League and see players pocket Mo Salah before. I have only watched the Premier League and see one player pocket Eden Hazard. The only player to me that has ever pocketed Eden Hazard was Under Era, which was a midfielder actually. One of those Jose Mourinho low block games. I have watched players pocket Mo Salah before. And also I'm taking into consideration what have they done in the international scene. I have seen Eden Hazard for Belgium running amok. Can't see Mo Salah doing that for his country. And that brings me to the point about system. I'm thinking that even if I have a team and I need one player and I see Mo Salah and Eden Hazard coming up the street, and I'm sure I'm going to get the best game from Eden Hazard or Mo Salah, I am going for Eden Hazard. And also, what has Mo Salah done in the biggest of games? His record in big games are not good in terms of finals. Eden Hazard, You need a big game player. Eden Hazard is your man. And I'm talking about when they're at their prime. Some persons might talk about at Madrid and at this and at that. Eden Hazard. Big games. Eden Hazard. Terrorize defenders up and down England. I don't see that from Mo Salah. I see someone who can get the ball in the back of the net. So if I have a facilitator already, of course I'm going to go for Mo Salah. But if I need someone to carry my team, if I need someone to pick up my team, Eden Hazard. Tell me what you think in the comments. If you think Mo Salah is better than Eden Hazard, then fine. Tell me what you think. Comment, like, subscribe. This is the In My View podcast. See you next week.